to Mornings with Megs. Okay, I'm going to preface this episode by just warning any parents, if you listen to me with your little kidlets, Auntie Meg's gonna go on a bit of like a rant today. So I've literally like moved my microphone away from my face because from what I can see on my little thing, it's like registering that I'm screaming. So I think it's the mood. And because look, guys, I'm just like episode 2 of actually doing this myself. So I'm still like not super sure what the shit I'm doing. So I'm just like kind of making this work as best as I can. Now, that's important for this morning's episode because a mere probably 15 minutes ago, when I tell you guys there was zero chance of this episode happening this morning, I'm not even being dramatic, okay? I was just like, look, I wanted this show to be all about honesty and vulnerability and me literally just bringing my like life lessons to you guys so that you can live your best life and I can help you do so. And this is meant to be the most inspirational, motivational place for you to come every morning, right? Where your bestie Megs kind of hypes you up and does all the things. Okay. But if you are feeling like I'm feeling, and what I find and what I found with this show in particular is it's a real like consensus. Okay. So when I talk about things and whether I have just magically manifested my people, okay, and you guys are feeling the same way I'm feeling, and you're like, yeah, we're going through the same shit together because we're the same type of people. And dead ass, I hope that's the case. Okay. This will be the first episode I ever put an expletive on. Okay. But I feel like this morning I needed a lot of tough love and I literally had to like bully myself out of bed this morning. Now, that is not something that I condone doing unless you like, I'm going to frame some things for you. So I had a whole episode prepped for you guys. Okay. I'm going to talk astrology before the end of the show because I really actually want to give you a bit of like I think it's important. Okay. Whether you're woo and whether you're like, oh my God, I'm going to stay for this first bit and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here for this astrology woo bullshit. Okay. And let me tell you that the people, well, actually, the person closest to me, it's just like, oh, nobody listens to your moon stuff. And that really pissed me off. And I was like, you know what? If they don't want to listen to that, then don't fucking listen at all because you don't get the good. Actually, no, not true. I shouldn't say that. No. If you like parts of what I talk about and other parts I don't talk about, feel free to take what you want. And like, that's obviously just, I'm upset that she even said that to me. Anyway, let's move on. Okay. So it's Monday morning. Okay. I want you to like come on a journey with me. It's Monday morning. You're back in your hometown. It's cold as fuck. Okay. I think it's like actually, do you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly how cold it is. And I'm literally right now, I am like, what's it called? Like I'm validating my own feelings right now. Oh, it's not even that cold. Okay. So in my defense, it feels a fuckload colder than what Weather Zone is saying it is. Okay. So it's 9.8, feels like 5.2. So yeah, it's not even that bad. Okay. Which is proof and case that you can convince yourself of things. I was like, it's the coldest morning ever. Now, what I will say is obviously I've just come back from the Gold Coast. Okay. So I had 3 weeks in the Gold Coast and then like 5 days in Townsville where it's like 30 degrees every day. Okay. So coming back here, I am one of these girls that is like not a winter, like I'm not a winter girl. I don't enjoy winter fashion. I don't enjoy like, and I say this like I've got the cutest cardi on right now. I've never ever once in my life done a knit shop until I was like for this show. I was like, I want to look cute on camera. So that like you guys are literally the only reason that I even own this thing or even found out what TK Maxx was. I'm so thrilled. I discovered TK Maxx because it's epic. Anywho, okay, it's really cold. Now, I also am not feeling the best, okay? I'm going to be fully open and completely honest with you. I've had massive bladder issues like since my surgery. And it's really frustrating to me because like when you go into having a hysterectomy at like my age, and you kind of convince yourself, or actually at any age, doesn't, like, ages are completely irrelevant. You convince yourself this is it, okay? All of your life problems are going to be solved. You're never going to feel pain again. You're not like, right? So this was like what went on in my head. So when I went in for surgery, okay, I was just like, mate, rip this shit out. I don't want this, like, whatever, okay? However, unfortunately, the experiences with my bladder that I was experiencing before I had my surgery, I'm still experiencing now. So that's really pissed me off, because obviously, like, yesterday, I was like, it was probably like the highest pain day that I've had since my surgery. And as someone who has spent a lot of time on very strong painkillers, I'm really doing my best not to do that, because, like, you basically get, like, gaslit for taking them. My doctor, she is actually amazing. She's so supportive of it all, and I know, like, with myself, it's a fine line, okay, between, like, convincing myself I need them and just not wanting to feel any kind of discomfort, okay? Now, I'm going to put, like, a massive ass asterisk over here. I'm obviously not a medical professional. I see a pain specialist myself, because of all the chronic pain I've had in my life. I just know what works for me, and I know in my mind, okay, the difference between experiencing severe pain that I need to take medication for, and the moment that my mind absolutely spirals at the first hint of any kind of pain, thinking that it's going to put me down the garden path of agonizing pain and flares and all of these sorts of things. Okay. So I'm actually working through this completely separately, because like, pain psychology is a whole ass thing. Okay. So, and I seem to have attracted a bunch of endo girlies, which, you know what? I didn't want to be the, like, I didn't want this to be my whole brand. Okay. I didn't want to be like the girl who got a hysterectomy at 37 because she had stage 4 endo and everything was stuck together in her insides, and she had one of the most complex surgeries that a surgeon's ever seen. Like, I didn't want to be that girl. Okay. But in true Megs fashion, okay, we're just overachieving over here. So if you are here and you have endo, you experience endo symptoms, because I'm going to say experience endo symptoms because I know the, like, it's now, when I say the diagnosis path is considerably better than it used to be. Like, it took me fucking 10 years to get diagnosed. I had a bowel resection, right? Now, again, I'm not a surgeon. I don't know what I would do if I cut myself open, but I was like, well, if the endo was that rife, would you not have seen it when you ripped half of my fucking bowel out of my body? Anyway, okay. I know what you're feeling. I totally get it. Right. Anyway, so I just wanted to take you on that journey because I just wanted you to understand, when I'm like, I'm not invalidating my own pain. I am purely kind of, I need to be discerning when it comes to pain for myself, because it is a slippery slope for me to be in agonizing pain that I that I shouldn't go on, and that I should stop and rest and whatever. And that's not what this morning was. Okay. If I can get my ass off of the bathroom floor, okay, literally vomiting, bleeding everywhere, for a meeting for a company that I worked for, okay, I can get myself out of bed feeling a bit uncomfortable, having a bit of pain, to come and hang out with you guys this morning, okay? So I wanted this show, and then I didn't want to talk about the stuff they wanted me to talk about. So I was like, well, fuck, if I can't use this platform to literally be like, you know what? I get it. Like, we are just like, maybe you had a big weekend. Okay. Maybe your kids are sick. Maybe you hate your job and you just don't want to get up in the morning. Okay. I get it. Okay. We are at this point in our lives, okay, and I purely am saying this because I feel like, with everything going on in the sky and everything that I have actually taken the time to, like, look into, it's actually wild. Like, it's so much fun, like, to understand where you're at in life, or like what's going on in life, that it's like, okay, cool. This is like, I'm going to work with this. Okay. And that is actually, I feel like, the only thing that got me out of bed this morning, because I was like, no, there's no way. Okay. Like, as you can probably hear, I'm still like, I'm still congested. Okay. Like I said, my blood is pissing me off. um, and yeah, I had every reason, and gave myself every reason not to get out of bed. Okay, now let me tell you, I'm going to, like, literally, I'm going to crack the code for you. I'm well, for me anyway, so I hope that this works for you, which was like hence my comment before, like I'm attracting more people like me. So I'm so here for this, okay? If I wasn't willing to get up for something that I fought for, what am I willing to get out of bed for? If I cannot push myself, not even harder, like even it's like call it as hard. If I can't push myself as hard as I did to get out of bed for a meeting or get off the bathroom floor for a meeting, okay, yeah, I can't get out of bed feeling a bit uncomfortable, okay, in a bit of pain, like, you know, for something that I absolutely love, then what? Like, where do I draw the line? What the fuck do I want with my life? Like, why did I bother restarting this at all if I wasn't going to commit to it? Okay. So you can imagine the spiral that I went on. And like, I'm not spiraling down, I'm spiraling up because I was like, oh, get the fuck out of bed for Christ's sake. Like, it's fine. You're fine. Okay. You're going to speak to your doctor today. You're going to get a referral to see a urologist or, you know, antibiotics or whatever the shit she's going to do. And life will be peaches. Okay. And it's, so, and also like mum messaged me last night and she was not feeling well. So she's like, I might not be on live for the show. And then I was like, oh God, like she will hold me to account. And so even in my like conniving little mind, I was like, well, okay, but I don't want to just not disappoint my mum. I don't want to disappoint anyone who's listening live. Like I would hate if anyone messaged me and they'd be like, why, like, or stop listening to me because I'm inconsistent. Okay. So that's what got me out of bed this morning. And that's what got me here to literally be, and I don't know where the show's going to take us. Who knows? I've got a whole show prepared, but now I've waffled for like 12 minutes already. So, and I'm already 15 minutes late. So this may be like a little random episode, but I still wanted to show up. Okay. And I wanted to come on here and I wanted to, oh God, I hate when people say that. Okay. Let me start that again. Because if that chops up in the snippets, I'll be devastated. I wanted to be the one to say, if you're not going to get up for this, then what will you get out of bed for? Like, what will make you actually want to go and do the things that you say you're going to do? Now, I'm not even talking fitness shit, right? I'm not even saying like, you know, you said you were going to get on the treadmill this morning. Fuck that. No, I'm talking about getting up for your dreams. Getting up for something that you wanted to commit to, getting up for something that actually brings you so, oh my God, this is my reset of my alarm. And let me tell you what my alarm says. It says, get up, you stupid bitch. Okay. Just, I love my life. Okay. Anywho, yeah. So like, what brings you joy? Like, and again, we're busy, right? Like, if you've got kids, mate, they're taking up all your time. If you've got a career, a business, and I'm not like literally, I'm not addressing this to business owners or parents or career gals or fuck it. You could like not like have a job at all, right? There is always going to be a reason why we can't do something. Okay. I want you, and again, I want you to use discernment in this, okay? Because if you are like physically not okay to do it, I don't want you to push yourself to beyond the point, okay? We all know. Now, I want to say something that I feel like, I don't know if anyone else is going to resonate with this because to me, this truly feels like where my medical gaslighting came from, okay? I remember when I got my first job, I worked in an accounting firm. I was an office junior, right? I made the coffees, I stocked the printers, I cleaned the fucking kitchens, right? That was me. And I loved it, right? I literally like pictured my life being an office girly and like I was living my fucking best life, right? I love that shit. Anyway, I had to ring the office manager if I wasn't coming in. And I dreaded that phone call so much that I would just go in and then get sent home. And we were kind of told that that's what you should do. Then I discovered partying. And then I would go to work hungover like Thursday and Friday and probably a slightly Monday as well, you know. And I was like, well, all I am is hungover. I'm good to go. Okay. So there wasn't like, I would never consider calling in sick for being hungover. Like, you just had to suck it up, right? That was my own decision. We all, like, there was a bunch of us that were all like that. But when I was unwell, okay, like, I would not call in sick. And I think to myself, like, why? Like, what? Where did that start for me? And so I went back further. I was thinking about this morning. I was like, you remember in high school when you had to go, well, like we had to go to like a sick bay, and then they'd ring your parents. And I literally remember, her name was Mrs. Black, and I remember her, like, I remember her verbatim, okay, with what she would say to my mum if she rang my mum. She would say, I've got Megan in the sick bay here. She's not feeling well and she wants to go home, please. Okay. And I don't actually recall in high school whether I would fake being sick to stay home. I mean, I probably did at some points, but I just, like, I didn't actually, like, I fucking hated school, but I loved the social aspect of school. So I wanted to go to school for the most part. I don't know. It probably is a good thing Mum's not on live, because she probably would dispute that. But yeah, I feel like I don't remember a time when I would fake being sick. But again, the thought of having to do that, the thought of going to the sick bay and being like, look, I'm like, and I don't even, and again, like, I don't know whether I've blocked this because if it's like, it's so fucking traumatic or what, but I'm like, I'm not feeling well. I want to go home. All right. And knowing, and I'd always make her ring mum, never ring dad, because he would tell me to suck it up and you'll be fine. Yeah. And so we'd be like, all right, cool. Nah. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, but even back to primary school, I have one vivid memory of me in primary school. And now, full disclosure, I absolutely lied to stay home when I was a kid in primary school, because I, like, especially at my grandparents' house, because I knew full well I would, like, my nan would not make me go to school. My grandpa absolutely would not make me go to school. Like, mate, I could have had a sniffle and just literally, like, go, oh, she can't go to school. Okay. So this is where the precious Megs came from. Oh my God. And this is the thing. Like, as a kid, I feel like we learn how to manipulate people around us pretty easily. Anyway, sorry, kids, but this is just the truth. So I, like, look back at, like, how I perceived not being well and the things that I would either avoid to continue doing something. Like, I look at my life in, like, I want to say 20, I was living at Samuel Court. And this was, like, I was going through, like, my IVF journey too. It was fucked. Let's say, I mean, it was like pre-COVID, mate. It's probably like 2016 or something. Anyway, I would, like, okay, I would go to the gym every single day without fail, right? I could literally be in agonizing pain. And I remember this, and it's just like these, like, random memories that, like, came to me, and it is wild. So, yeah, I was on the Stairmaster, and I had a male PT. We actually went to school together, and he was awesome. And I was in so much pain, and I had a script for, like, painkillers in my, like, bag, but there was no chemists open. And so I literally planned it out that I was like, well, I finished my workout by then, and then the chemist will be open. And then, like, but what I pushed myself through back in those days, like, is actually wild. Like, to think of how much pain I was in and what I went through, like, it's like, it actually makes me a bit sad, because, again, I have had, the last 15 years of my life not knowing what the fuck's going on with my body. 15 years? No, that's an exaggeration. Oh, that's not important. Right. And where I would literally plan things around having to do certain things. Now, when I spoke to Rhiannon on Friday, and now good news is she's going to come on every week with me. And actually, I don't want it to be this, because, like, this sounds terrible, but, like, I want it to be like wellness, like Women's Wellness Wednesday or something. So it's going to be one for the girls, which I feel for the most part is this show, even though, like, the only two people that have told me that they listen to me is, like, two men. and I love them. And this is like not an ego thing. Like I'm a very humble person, but I think they may be listening for different reasons. So, but that's okay. I'll take the listenership. Yeah, I think of like, I completely lost my point then. What was I talking? Oh yeah. So because I feel like these discussions and these whole like things, these points of especially women's health and female health, and like I feel like with what I've gone through in my life, I can literally like run a fucking seminar, and I could literally like speak to every female in this country, maybe even globally, between the ages of like, God, do you know what? I'm not even going to put ages on it because like we all develop differently, okay? And say, if your parents haven't had this conversation with you, this is like my experience, okay? And this is what like we've had to go through, and I just don't want you to have to do that. Like I want things like this to be so normalized that it literally like, and now I'm going to asterisk this bit too and say that chronic illness is like nothing else, and I don't want it to be this flippant, but I want it to be like having a discussion about a period or about sanitary items or about whatever, to be as open and as whatever as saying that you've got a headache or a stomach ache. Okay, now obviously it's not like they're not comparable in terms of like actual ailments, okay, but I just want the conversation to be that open and like that whatever, because it makes me so sad. And Rhiannon and I are going to discuss this. I think it was like on the Carrie and Tommy show, like some woman rang up and said that she like her daughter's 8, and it was like, no, someone's daughter was 8 and they were discussing periods with her or her menstrual cycle or like something, I can't remember. And what was it? I can't remember exactly. And basically this caller, and she was so outraged that she was discussing having a period and menstrual cycles and things at 8 years old. To me, that is wild. Okay. I like, because this is where the shame starts from, and like the stigma of, and like Rand and I were talking about it, literally, I remember being in the toilets like at school, and I was trying so hard not to make any like sounds when I was ripping things or like whatever, because I was so self-conscious and I was so embarrassed by like having to do that. And again, because we didn't discuss it between each other as girls either. Like I remember so vividly like all of these random memories. Like I remember when I got my first period, like, and I was like talking to mum about this the other day. It was like, like I was in year 7, so like however old you are in year 7. But I feel like, I don't know whether I just developed earlier or whatnot, but I just don't recall anyone ever talking about it around me. And I was so like, I was literally like house captain of the sports team. And I was up the front doing like whatever hustle you do as a sports day person in primary school. And I remember the pain. Like I can literally feel, I remember it so vividly. And I remember the pain. I'm standing up there and I was just like, I hope that there is nothing coming out of anywhere that shouldn't be right now because I'm standing out the front. So like what a fucking stage to be like put on to like actually go through that. So it, like, to me it's wild that we're not discussing this more, because I love the advancements that we've got as medical. And actually, like, I could rave about my gyno all day long. Like if you need, and she's actually the only gyno in South Australia that will see you if you don't have private health. Tamara Turnbull is her name. She practices out of Her Health, and she's actually developed an app that other doctors can use, and they can like research stuff on this app, and it will put like information up there and whatever. Like she's a queen, like what she's doing for women's health. And then my actual surgeon, Dr. Wagarachi, he is like the funniest man in the whole wide world. Like he actually validated me more than I think I've ever felt ever in my whole entire lifetime. So I just need everybody to understand that you have a way of understanding how you feel at a certain point of time. Okay. if you continue to feel that way, it's not normal. Okay. And this is physical, this is mental, psychology, whatever. Okay. But I just wanted to come on here this morning. And like I said, I'm in struggle street. Okay. Mentally, I am like, I literally had a full meltdown yesterday. I was really upset because when I started feeling that real bad pain in my bladder again, I was just like, fuck's sake. Like I've gone through, like I'm starting to get teary talking about it now. Like I've just gone through this life altering surgery. Okay. And this was meant to fix everything. And this was meant to be the be all and end all of my medical shitness in my life. And to be in as much pain as I was in yesterday. And it's just like, why? Like, this is not fair. And then again, I've had to get very, very good at understanding the difference between pain and like actual like bad pain. And this is uncomfortable. And I in my mind know that this, or in my mind, I believe that this is going to get considerably worse. Okay. I've had to differentiate the two because I couldn't previously, as I said. But now when I understand, okay, that I'm not just spiraling because I've had a discomfort that I recognize from my previous time of like before my surgery, that upset me more because I was like, no, this is actual pain. Like, this isn't like, oh my God, this is a bit of a twinge. Shit. No, right? Because I went down that rabbit hole and I was just like, oh God, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you've done so much worse. But to continue and then even to be woken up throughout the night, I was like, okay, no, this is pain. Okay. So I'm not going to just be like, you'll be fine, suck it up. Like, don't ask for help because you've made it up and you've made it worse in your own mind. Okay. And also, like, and I think I actually need to probably be a little bit careful, like the other symptoms that I talk about that I'm experiencing right now. And if you're interested, message me. I'm happy to talk about it privately. But yeah, I guess the other symptoms I'm feeling, I'm like, okay, no, this is something I actually have to fucking speak to the doctor about. So lucky I've got a phenomenal GP, I will say that. So where I wanted to take this whole thing, besides trauma dumping on all of you this morning, is, okay, I want you to find something in your life that you will get out of bed for. Because if you don't, it's really easy to do what I was doing to myself this morning. Okay. I'm not feeling good. Like, I'm still not well. It's freezing outside. And it's not even, I'm actually really annoyed at see, this is the shit our own brains can make up on our own, right? I could have like lied and said to you, oh my God, it's like -3 here, because it fucking was yesterday and the day before. It was so cold. It wasn't even that cold this morning. I just told myself it was. Ugh, like, whatever. Anyway, find something. And this is why I wanted a hobby. This is literally why I wanted a hobby. Okay. And then I had this show, gifted this show, right? Like, when I say that this show literally fell into my lap, I cannot begin to explain how accurate that is. Okay. I applied for it. Okay. Obviously, I wanted it to be, like I said, something that you come to in the morning and you're like, yes, like, this is interesting topics. Okay. This is like, yup. Like, even if this, and look, I'm going to obviously, I'm not going to think that I am that important in your life that I'm a reason to get out of bed, but even if just to listen to something is a reason for you to get out of bed in the morning, okay? I know what the outside conditions can do, and it's not even just the weather. It literally is anything. Life just gets a lot sometimes, and I think that we don't really appreciate that for ourselves, or really like validate ourselves in actually how we're feeling. Okay, you can be run down, you can be tired, you can be all of the things, and I'm like the opposite of David Goggins, right? That guy is crazy in my mind. I used to be very Goggins-esque, and if you don't know Goggins, like, literally, he is like, he's wild. So he has content out there where he's like, I'm running in the rain and it's hailing, and like, I just got hit by a car and I'm still going because you're not, right? I don't subscribe to that because that to me doesn't feel good. Okay. You do you, mate, but I have zero interest in running anywhere. If the Gold Coast Marathon fucking taught me anything, like that's not me. Okay, so that doesn't motivate me. So then I was like, well, what the shit does motivate me? Like, what actually will make me want to get out of bed at 5 a.m. to, and that's even a lie, 5:30. I didn't get out of bed at 5. I got out of bed at 5:30, right? 5:30 in the morning, even when I'm not feeling well. Okay, because like I said, I have dragged my ass off of the bathroom floor vomiting and shit falling out of everywhere that shouldn't be, mind you, right? For a meeting. And if I can do that for a company that I worked for that I didn't really give two fucks about, can I seriously not get up here and talk to you guys this morning? And because I am nowhere near that unwell, obviously, like, hello. Yeah, and come on here and do something that actually brings me so much joy. Like, doing these shows every morning is the most fun. Like, it is the reason why, even though I haven't slept, even though like it's such like it's really inconvenient to have to do this shit on the road. Like, I'm home for the next 10 days, but then I'm back in Perth and then I'm back in the Gold Coast. Like, I'm trying to create these like studios around the country as I go. Which is why, again, just didn't fit to have like one show that did everything. Like, no, one show that was like had to be at a certain time and like had to do this. And I know that I need to get better at communicating again and actually when and where. And I still haven't kind of worked that out. So that's why I sort of haven't explicitly said like what the go is with the new format, because I just am not 1,000% sure yet. But if this is a reason to get me out of bed in the morning and not one person besides my mum listens, I'm okay with that. Okay. I love researching information for this show. I love, like, I'm such an external processor. Like, I love actually kind of getting my feelings out there, talking about things. And again, like I said, I feel like I am attracting people that are going through something the same or similar. Okay. Which is so much fun. Okay, I don't want people to be suffering. I don't want to be suffering. Okay, but even the good stuff, right? Like, I feel like I'm just attracting these people around me that are just like either going through like things that are all happening for me as well, which is just the most fun because it's so validating, right? Because if you like, we're about like we're evidence-based beings, right? If we see something like and I'm always reminded of this time, my girlfriend Alessandra, her dad used to say to me, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. And I think, like, even though he was like this like old, like just grumpy man, it's true, right? Like, you really shouldn't believe anything you hear, and our subconscious minds typically don't unless we're telling it ourselves. Okay, so if you are saying to yourself, I can't get up in the morning, I'm not a morning person, I'm like, well, then you're gonna not be a morning person. Okay, but if you have evidence of people doing things, okay, your brain is sorry, not your brain, your unconscious mind is like, okay, I can probably do that too. Like, okay, no, that's like something I can do as well. So I think it's just hilarious that, like, and this was in a time because we're in Moonta and they have a like a gelati shop. So you best believe I was in heaven, right? This gelati shop in Moonta, it was the best thing in the world. And like, he would pronounce like macadamias as macadamias, and I just never forget it. But yeah, it was literally a conversation about, and we were talking about, oh no, someone said something or something, and he literally stopped us in our tracks and he's like, you only believe you be none of what you hear and only half of what you see. And I was like, that's really grim. But it's exactly what you actually need to think about with your unconscious mind. Okay. Understand that what you tell yourself, okay, and what you say about others, your unconscious mind does not know the difference. So what we speak into existence. And that's why, if you want to get all witchy about it, I think, but our words are spells. So you say this stuff out there and you talk about yourself and you talk about other people. You're this person you speak to most in this world, right? You converse with yourself more than anybody else. So you need to be making sure that the conversations that you're having with yourself are good. Okay. I need to find this reel. I saw it last night And actually, I've thought about it a lot this morning because she was like, I literally was like depressed on the floor and I couldn't get up and do anything. And she used to put on like motivational things on the TV until she could like get up off of the floor. And I feel like that's what made me think, like, you know what, today's show is actually so important because it doesn't matter what it is. As if it gets you out of bed, if it gets you feeling even like 1% better, like that's really great. So again, there's every motivational thing you could possibly think of on YouTube or even on fucking TikTok. You want to do bite-sized consumption, mate, look at it on TikTok. There's a bunch of stuff on there. My algorithm is filled with it at the moment and I couldn't be happier about it. Whatever it is, if you don't have something in your life that makes you want to spring the fuck out of bed. And do you know what? The other part to this is, you know, like when you're going on holiday and you like can't sleep the night before, you're so excited, but even though you've had no sleep, you will spring up out of bed. You'll be so excited to be out of bed because you're going on holiday. Okay. Catherine Zankina, she's a manifestation babe. She said, like, and this was probably 10 years ago when I first discovered her. And she was like, if your life doesn't feel like you're going on holiday every day, you're not doing life right. And I was like, how the hell can you actually feel that good all day, every day? Now, obviously, you can't feel that good all day. I mean, actually, not true. You probably could. I just think that the mornings are the time where you need to try and work out a way to make yourself feel that good. I'm also going to, and this is the other reason why I wanted to do like random hobbies. Okay. So like I can get up and practice my singing in the morning because that actually makes me feel so good. Okay. And I didn't do that this morning because like I just actually didn't think of it. So maybe I need to do my singing, my practice in the morning. It's like my lesson in 2 days. And if I had to be honest about the practice I've done zero besides singing in the car yesterday, which it was actually the opposite of what she told me to do. She told me to listen to the songs because I can repeat notes apparently like really well. So I need to just listen to what the note is and I can repeat it. And I didn't. I sung all day. Ugh, God, I'm so annoying. Anyway, my next hobby, I confirmed this for myself yesterday. I'm going to go and buy like, I think I found the one I want to buy. I'm going to go and buy a Lego like project. So there's a Formula One, it's Ferrari. It's like a Formula One thing. And apparently it's like a whole last thing. Like you can move the DRS, the like gear sticks move and shit. So I'm like, okay. I've never once touched Lego in my life that I recall. There have been 2 times when I have assembled Lego. Okay. And both of those times with my goddaughter. Now, she likes the idea of finding the pieces and then me assembling it. And I was like, I've got no interest in doing this. Okay. Went around there yesterday and what did I do? I sat there for like 3 hours and assembled a bluey Lego playground thing. I was so proud of my work and I was like, man, this shit is epic. So I think I'm convinced that I also want to try Lego. I feel like it would be really good for my mind because again, okay, so seek inspiration from what other people are doing. I've seen like adult coloring in books, right? That was like the start of like mindful art, okay? Or like just doing things for your brain. There's another one I saw where she literally does like all of these like random scribbles and then she like colors them all in. Right, that seems really fun and really relaxing to me too. However, I will say I am an output person, okay? I shouldn't be, and I'm trying not to be because I don't want life to just be all about having something to show for like 4 hours of my time that I've spent. Okay. But instead of working against what I seem to default to, okay, I'm going to work with it. So if I spend like, I don't even know how long this thing's going to take me. It's like 12 hours of my life doing this Lego thing, right? I've got something at the end of it. Because I spent like 2 hours making that sign for the boys for the Gold Coast Marathon. It's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. And same with like paint by numbers and color by numbers and stuff. I don't really love the way that they look. I'm like, this is like just I've wasted my time. Okay. So I've decided that any creative pursuit I have needs to have some sort of outcome. And I feel like Lego is the perfect thing to do that. So I'm going to try and go and do it today. I'm just going to see how I feel because like I said, I feel absolute trash at the moment. And I'm going to see my doctor and then I'm going to get my brows and my lashes done today. Oh my God. Like when I tell you I'm going to show up here so differently tomorrow, you guys have no idea. Like, oh my God. I've never yawned on air before. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that in the podcast version of this, that will be cut out. Yeah, I will feel like myself again. And that is not a vain part of me. That is like just something like that is a hobby to me. Getting my brows done is a hobby to me. Getting my lashes done means I can catch up with my lash tech who I haven't seen in like 3 weeks because I haven't been home, and she and I have been friends for like 12 years. So yeah, I'm excited for all of that. So my challenge to you today is find something that you think might get you out of bed in the morning, like earlier than you get out of bed now, right? Obviously, if you're setting your alarm for like 7 o'clock and you have to get up at 7 o'clock or you're gonna be late for work or whatever, like what would be the thing that would encourage you or like be the reason why you wanted to get out of bed half hour early every day? Like if you were so in love with doing something and you would literally carve out time regardless of what was going on in your life, what would that thing be? And if you can tell me, I would appreciate it, because I just love inspiration and ideas. So like please, by all means, like share with me. Like I said, I'm going to try Lego and I'm going to try singing as well. And then obviously I have this show too. So I am very like, fuck it, create your own show. Like I've had to learn how to do that. Like I'm still not sure where a lot of this stuff is. And have I taken the time to work it out? No, because like I know it will just happen at some point. So I really encourage you to just try all of the different things. Okay. And like, even literally, if it is just listening to motivational stuff before you get out of bed, because like you just 1%ing it. Okay. Even if we have to 1% it in life, I feel like this, do you know what? That's like another like life according to Megs thing. I have like 3 now. Just 1% it. Okay. Too often times when we feel like trash, we try and go too high, too quick. Just 1%. If you can feel 1% better, right? Are you going to notice a huge shift? Maybe not. Okay. But 1% better, fuck it. 1.1% better is still better than 0% or negative percent. Okay. Just try and 1% it. That's all you have to do, because 1%ing it every single day, before too long, you're going to be like at 100 and you're going to be like, holy shit, this is epic. I love my life. So, go find something that you're passionate about that makes you want to get out of bed half an hour earlier. Okay. I want to please tell me all the things. And if that feels too stretchy for you right now, what is something that will make you 1% better, feel 1% better? What is something you can 1% to make yourself feel better? Okay. Every single morning, because obviously, you know, you can save a bad day. You know, you don't just want to like start the day shit, so the rest of your day is going to be shit. That's not what we want to do around here. Okay. But it's obviously helpful if we do start our days off on a good foot, because then we're not kind of like having to make it up and make it better. Like it's already going better. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to drop some like astrological stuff, because there's some cool shit happening in the sky this weekend. It's Monday. This week. I'm going to share that with you. But I hope that this episode was literally like, and I want to thank you for, if you listen to this, because you are the reason I got out of bed this morning. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Otherwise, I would have literally got up with my alarm went off before, and I would have been stressed because I'd been like, fuck, okay, cool. Like I have to go and do all these things, and I'm moving at a snail's pace this morning because my bladder feels like it's going to fall out of my asshole. So yeah, I need you to understand that you got me out of bed this morning. Thank you so much. I love you. And I hope you have the best day. And I hope you wake up either tomorrow 1%ing your morning, or you come to me and you're like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up at half hour early tomorrow because I'm so excited to try this. Okay. I love you. Have the best day. Let's go smash this week.